Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you today with Marvel Comics Presents number 72. And as you can see here, it says before Wolverine, there was Weapon X. This is the beginning of the Weapon X arc written by and completely done by Barry Windsor-Smith. So let's go ahead and get into this book because it is something special and something different because as we get into it, you'll begin to understand. But first, let's talk about who made this book. Weapon X Prologue. Long before the X-Men, before even Wolverine, there is simply Logan, the mutant. And as I said, by Barry Windsor-Smith. The letterer was Jim Novak with Barry Windsor-Smith. So as you can see, he did this complete book. And so for you newer readers, this predates Origin that came out a few years later by Joe Quesada. This came out January 1991. And when we open, we see Experiment X. And I love how the professor's glasses, the way that they're sitting, and the way Windsor frames this, is see how it works on the X. And then what I like is this little Easter egg here where he begins to move his glasses to put them on, and it says X-Men. I just like that little nod there. Very cool stuff. And then we see and then of course here's the professor, and he has his glasses on reading the report. And then we get a picture of a sullen Wolverine. It says storm's coming. And we get these reoccurring themes of lightning. He goes, yeah, it's a big one. The big one. The big one I've been looking out for. And what I was meaning just a second ago is through this whole book, there is no dialogue. And what I mean by the dialogue, there are no word balloons. It is all, this is pretty much through this whole run, this is the only time we really get to hear Logan's thoughts about everything. And so he's talking about, because he's feeling this sense of dread coming upon him. And he's like, I need to make peace with someone. I should probably write Mom if I knew who Ma was. And then he goes on saying, I have secrets. I got a doozy. A serious mother load. Hard hiding it sometimes, but I get by. Others got theirs writ all over their faces. So this is Dr. Cornelius, and this is what Logan's talking about. See how it says mercy-killing quack eludes FBI. Nah. And he says, and those secrets with those from people's faces, they end up dangling from someone else's line. So we see Cornelius meet with the professor. We see the professor meeting this person, Carol Hines, which I like how they make sure for the new readers that you see their names. And then we actually see how Wolverine is removed from the Canadian, I think it's the Secret Service or something like that, or the law enforcement, because he wings a rookie. And Logan shows no remorse over it. And so they basically give him a severance package. And then what I like as we go into this book, there's a lot of duality. So Logan's talking about how he's set up in a place called Prophecy, which is like a place for fallen Christians and people that have fallen on hard times trying to get back on their feet. So, Prophecy. He's kind of having a prophetic moment thinking of this stuff coming after him. He's talking about, I need to leave town before this vision comes up on me. He's like, but I got loose ends to tie up. So you see him kind of going wild. And as that happens, you start to see just, you can't really tell what these are, but for those of us that are longtime X-Men readers, we know this is the experiment that's about to happen to him. And Logan just doesn't know what to do. He goes, ever felt like a rat in a trap? Or what do you call those things? Pinwheels or something. Like you're running for your life, but getting nowhere. Nowhere except the edge of the dark. And the dreams of death in the shadow rooms of the prophecy. Pain and bones and spikes. Dagger hands. And again, we see the sign of the prophecy just kind of foreboding over Logan. Just really amazing work by Windsor-Smith here. Because this whole issue, like I said, there's no like dialogue between characters. It's just all in Logan's mind. And so the Logan's talking about this drunk that was talking to him here in this place. And he said, the prophecy is like the forerunner of the apocalypse. And so Logan says, just like the old geezer said, the apocalypse, when all the secrets are exposed and all the running ends. Hell is coming. And we see this lightning bolt just pierce the prophecy sign. So that's what I mean. I love these parallels of just what he's thinking and what's actually going on in the physical world, because it helps build that mood and that ambiance. So yeah, with these Marvel Comic Presents, they put in 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. So I like that Windsor-Smith was the beginning, the first story. We're not going to go over the whole book because it doesn't pertain to our series. So if you want to read the other 3 backup stories, which are relatively entertaining, then I would definitely suggest supporting your local comic shop and picking up this series. And, if they don't have it, see if they can special order it for you, or then, at that point, just kind of check out other alternate sources of picking it up. But first and foremost, always your local comic shop. And if you've enjoyed this comic book, in this review, we definitely appreciate if you take a minute to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little X bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified and you can come to the channel. And we love to hear your feedback and have a dialogue with y'all down in the comments below, or on our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description below. So with all that said, I hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading. Thank you so much for stopping by, and happy hunting, true believers.